Oh, bloody hell, sodding raccoon, bloody typical. Ah, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and we are here at the Maze Bank offices, as you can see, Mr. Raccoon and myself, because we're going to purchase a vehicle. But before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, don't speak to my secretary. I recently caught her tying kittens onto kites and flying them into thunderstorms. She said it was some sort of scientific experiment I cannot possibly verify. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, be that as it may or may not be, you know, Mr. Raccoon and myself are both here at my Maze Bank offices, as you can see, because we both on this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, intend to purchase ourselves the latest vehicle, and that vehicle is the Karin Sultan Classic RS. Okay, so the Karin Sultan RS Classic, ladies and gentlemen, can be found on the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site, retailing for a price of $1.3 or $1.8 million, depending on whether you get to buy it now or the trade price. Okay, so we're going to send it on up to the Hillcrest residence, as we always do, ladies and gentlemen. On this occasion, we're going to be getting there in the Pegassi Rosso, which is a rather fine and stylish looking vehicle, I'm sure you'll agree. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're arriving at Hillcrest, as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Mr. Raccoon. I do appreciate your services. You were kind enough to drive up there. And we're going to take a look inside of the garage, what we've got. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is it's a Subaru, isn't it? Again, it's the Subaru Impreza, ladies and gentlemen. Rockstar have once again seen fit to furbish us with another Subaru Impreza, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 4 of them on the game. We've got the Karin Sultan, we've got the Karin Sultan Classic, we've got the Karin Sultan RS, and now we've got the Karin Sultan RS Classic. They do seem to be really rather sort of hoisting these particular vehicles on us, and not giving us a particularly good version the occasion, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well, that's what you're looking at, ladies and gentlemen. You should recognize it. It's been around for long enough, you know. Okay, and Mr. Raccoon, as I say, has gone and purchased himself one as well, so we're going to take it on out onto the streets now, ladies and gentlemen, and see how they handle. So, okay, acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad up that hill there, didn't seem too bad. Handling, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a look as we come down these hills here, and okay, this is really more sort of like it, right? Okay, very nice, ladies and gentlemen, indeed. Responsive steering, very sharp, very responsive, very good. And sodding hell, hit a bloody car, didn't I? Okay, well, never mind. Okay, whoops, it is. Mr. Raccoon comes flying past me there. We come flying down the second hill. I'm going to try to get around that corner, and we completely lose it. Okay, never mind. Have a look at the acceleration one more time, and yes, not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, not too bad at all. We're going to have a look at the coming down the street with maybe a stability test. Yes, we're fairly stable, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going flying off there, are we now? Okay, top end speed. You can see we are shifting now, ladies and gentlemen. It's got to be said. It's not phenomenally fast now, is it? But it's not too bad at all. Okay, so we're going to sort of put it through its paces, ladies and gentlemen, bring it down, get it going as fast as we can, and put in sodding hell, hit a bloody car, didn't I? Okay, we're going to try and put it around this top right left-hand corner anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we get down there, no, we've lost a lot of speed, though, it does have to be said. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is effectively the first standard lap completed, and what do we say, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's not too bad all round. Okay, we're seeing Mr. Raccoon is coming there. He is drifting in behind us. Okay, so we're going to take it on into the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the vehicle upgraded across the board. Okay, and here we go. Now, as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but I still provide you with the opportunity to have a look at the different modifications that can be affected to your vehicle, both in terms of performance and stylistic upgrades, don't you know? Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the custom auto shop, and this provides us with the first opportunity to discuss the performance of the car. So what can one say, really? Well, like I say, straight out of the box, ladies and gentlemen, unupgraded. The acceleration was not too bad. Top end speed was appreciable. I wouldn't say it was lacking, ladies and gentlemen, but it certainly wasn't sort of supersonic. You know, it wasn't sort of rocket speed, rocket ship speed there. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute delight. You know, it's very responsive, ladies and gentlemen. It's got absolutely fantastic traction. It grips the road. It sort of goes where you were in the direction you're pointed, ladies and gentlemen. There's a little bit of pushback on it, but there doesn't seem to be oversteer or understeer that I can really take on it. I'm very pleased with this particular vehicle in terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen. Braking, not particularly fantastic, to be perfectly frank with you, but it is the unupgraded version, so maybe that'll improve when we put the the brakes on it, you know. And there are rather a lot of stylistic elements, as you can see there, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, there are lots and lots of stylistic elements, and some of which Mr. Raccoon really seems to not approve of, as you can hear here.
Then you can add a spoiler on a spoiler on a spoiler again.
Yeah,
and
so
now you've made it into a Ford Escort. Nice.
Yes, he really can be a rather sarcastic raccoon at times, can't he? Okay, well, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here we are now finally approaching the colours, finally, and of course that does mean that we will be leaving the custom auto shop presently, ladies and gentlemen, in a very short period of time. Okay, and we're going to take the vehicle back out on the street, and we're going to see how she handles. Now, normally, ladies and gentlemen, we do these tests in the day, but Mr. Raccoon and myself did give it a go, and whoops, it is off we go there, so you can see straight away, yes, acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, absolutely phenomenal. Top speed, ladies and gentlemen, very, very good handling, absolutely incredible as well. Okay, it's a little bit twitchy, it does have to be said, but now we've sort of upgraded it, but it is still absolutely phenomenal. Look at this flying down, it's absolutely incredible. We're going to come to this top right-hand corner, ladies and gentlemen, and we go sliding off. Now, like I said, we normally do these tests in the daylight, but Mr. Raccoon and myself had an awful time mashing into each other and smashing into cars and each other and whatnot. And this was my first lap, ladies and gentlemen, when I brought it out of the garage, as you saw there, and it really did impress me. And so this is the vehicle, this is the lap that we're going to put in, even though it's in the dark. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, our top speed, it does have some difficulty negotiating those very hard corners, ladies and gentlemen, but generally speaking, this car is absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so there we go. It's got incredible acceleration, top speed, handling, brilliant across the board. Now, of course, like all of the latest vehicles, ladies and gentlemen, what's there? Sonic Hell, we'll bring it to LS Carmi, ladies and gentlemen. You should know where it is by now. Well, the Sonic Hell's that raccoon just stood there staring. Not normally, that really is rather endearing. I'm just going to walk off and pretend that I haven't seen him. Sonic Raccoon. Right, okay, well, either way, ladies and gentlemen, you can take the LS Comet. If you don't know where it is, ladies and gentlemen, have a look at some of the previous videos we show where it is. You can put on the lowered suspension, ladies and gentlemen, and the low grip tires. And of course, the low grip tires, if you don't know the secret about them by now, ladies and gentlemen, they made the car incredibly fast. Now, this is the Calico, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the cars that is made absolutely incredibly fast by the addition of these particular tires, ladies and gentlemen. We were testing to see if the Karin Sultan RS Classic, and my god, that is a mouthful, can take it down. The answer is no, ladies and gentlemen, not even nearly. And watch that car go flipping flying. How about that? Jolly old boy, Mr. Raccoon. Do what you're doing with yourself, you know. Okay, so just to give you an indication, ladies and gentlemen, we have now got two of these the Karin's identical cars, ladies and gentlemen. The one has got lowered suspension. I'm driving on the lowered suspension on the low grip tires, and you can see, yes, so there is the low grip tires do impede the acceleration to some degree, less on this car than all others, ladies and gentlemen, and they do provide you with absolutely fantastic top speed. So you may well be thinking, well, there we go, that's an end of it. You can get the low grip tires, you drive a lot faster. I'm afraid that's not an end of it, ladies and gentlemen, because you well may be able to deduce from the name low grip tires, ladies and gentlemen, whilst these tires do give you the ability to best cars as fast as the Krieger or the RSX, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, they have got the name low grip tires, and that name isn't for no reason, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the moment you come to a corner, you gotta go sliding off, and God help you when you try to get back on the track. Okay, keep turning and spinning and spinning and turning. It's all a lot of fun, you know. Okay, so basically, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go around a corner, so it doesn't make it any more competitive. Now, speaking of not going around corners, ladies and gentlemen, we brought it onto the top speed test track. This is a track that we've created specifically to test top end speed, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay no attention to that car in the background. We'll be doing a video on that in the near future, don't you know. But this is the Karin Sultan RS Classic, and my god, am I getting bored of saying that, and it is going to fly down here. We're going to see what we can get. We consider 53, 54 to be competitive, ladies and gentlemen, so let's see what we get. Okay, 56.4, not too bad, ladies and gentlemen, to be quite frank with you. Okay, it's not in the competitive sort of bracket there, but it's not too far off either. So, on the outside edge of competitive, we can call it, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, the Super, of course we are. Okay, so the very first vehicle that we're bringing out on this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Overfloddy Morgan. As you can see it does have fantastic acceleration there, ladies and gentlemen. It came flying past the Karin Sultan RS Classic there for a short period of time, ladies and gentlemen, and then the Karin Sultan RS Classic, ladies and gentlemen, has actually clawed it back. It seems it has got round the corner first, ladies and gentlemen, but the Morgan, ladies and gentlemen, is giving chase, don't you know that? And it is rather a tight race, I'm sure you'll agree. The Morgan, of course, retailing for $2,165,000, ladies and gentlemen, and coming in second. Okay, so the next vehicle we're bringing out now, ladies and gentlemen, is the Flash GT, I do believe this is. It's a Vapid, and it's retailing for $1,675,000, ladies and gentlemen. This vehicle was brought out at Mr. Raccoon's insistence, don't you know? Effectively, he requested both the Morgan and the Flash GT, ladies and gentlemen, because both of those cars have very fast launch times, but neither, ladies and gentlemen, seem to be able to take down the new Karin Sultan Classic RS. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's doing quite well so far. Now, I was going to say we're going to bring out something that was released relatively recently, ladies and gentlemen, about last week. In fact, this is the new Fister Growler, ladies and gentlemen. This was a rather impressive car. It did take down the RS, I believe, the Comet RS, and a lot of other vehicles, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot of quite an enjoyable car. It took down the Comet S2 that had been released recently as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not entirely certain how much it was retailing for. Was it sort of 1.6 or 1.7, something like that, $1 million, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe. I think it's probably 1.7, something along those lines. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, it's lost, hasn't it? It's lost to the Karin Sultan RS Classic. Okay, so it sort of heads are rolling, really, ladies and gentlemen. You know, this Karin Sultan RS Classic is taking down a lot of them, so we're going to put it up against the existing Karin Sultan RS, ladies and gentlemen. And look at that. They are sort of neck and neck, side by side, ladies and gentlemen. They're going up the straight. Okay, now, of course, this is the Karin Sultan that can be upgraded through the Bennies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not entirely certain with this particular vehicle. I believe it's something along the lines of, if you give me a moment here, I'm going to have to stop. Yes, I believe it's about $12,000, ladies and gentlemen, for the car. Then you upgraded it for about $800,000, and it takes us to that vehicle. It's a very, very fast car, ladies and gentlemen, but we do come past it. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are now wrapping things up as we like to do, bringing it to an end. We are bringing out Big Daddy Z. This is the Pegassi Zentorno. What we uphold on this channel to be a high watermark, a very fine car for the money, $725,000, ladies and gentlemen. It beats all sorts of cars around the track, ladies and gentlemen. There's very few cars it can't beat, but it would turn out that one of those cars, ladies and gentlemen, is in fact going to be the brand new Karin Sultan RS Classic. So how about that, ladies and gentlemen? It can actually take down the Pegassi Zentorno. Now it is sort of knocking on the back door, maybe it could have gone past there, but either way, ladies and gentlemen, the Zentorno has just gone down to the Karin Sultan RS Classic, and that really is rather interesting. It makes me wonder, you know. I think, well, I'll bring out the Ocelot Pariah. Mr. Raccoon says, well, why bother? I said, well, maybe it can take the Pariah. And then Mr. Raccoon laughs as he comes flying past, and then starts to call me all sorts of names, ladies and gentlemen, bitter, vicious names, you know, sort of mocking my intellect and thinking that the Pariah would be in any way sort of contested by the Karin Sultan RS Classic, and it would in fact turn out, ladies and gentlemen, he is perfectly correct. I should perhaps also point out, ladies and gentlemen, that all of the other vehicles are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. He has a channel of his own. It's called The Bombie. If you type into YouTube, you can go find a way you can do that. You've got some rather good videos on there. So we're bringing it on to the final masquerade, the Grotti Italian RSX.
Yeah, you want to race punk, huh?
And Mr. Raccoon goading and taunting me there. Okay, so yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the final masquerade, the Grotti Italia RSX. It is the final question, and of course the answer is going to be yes, the Karin Sultan doesn't stand a sodding chance in hell now. Let's be perfectly frank about these things. Okay, like I say, the Bomb is the name of the Raccoon. You know, if you're interested in looking at the Swine's channel, you can always type that on YouTube and have a look at it. And there we go. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to watch the Grotti Italia RSX fly off down the straight and absolutely demolish the Karin Sultan RS Classic. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much an end of it. What can we say? Is it worth the money, ladies and gentlemen? Well, both Mr. Raccoon and I are of the similar opinion, ladies and gentlemen. We both agree on this particular vehicle. It's absolutely fantastic and definitely worth the money. If you can get the trade price, do, but if not, the buy it now price isn't too bad either. Sorry, hell, bloody Raccoon. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.